Why you have body odor? Have you ever had body odor in your life, or you've been with people or someone who has body odor? So in this video, I'm gonna share with you 3 reasons why you have body odor. The first thing you want to understand about body odor is most times it's usually adapted. It's not inherited. It's not what we are born with, but what as time goes on we get into ourselves, maybe through different things, right? Okay, so the first reason why you have body odor is the physical reason. The physical reason why you have body odor, they are things like your body hygiene, okay, the air in your armpits. Yeah, usually the odor comes from the armpits and other major areas in the body, like your pubic areas. Okay, so when there is sweat and then you have a lot of air in your armpits, so they tend to accumulate the sweat, and then bacteria can decompose the sweat and then become smelling, okay, become offensively smelling. So that is why you have body odor. The physical reason, that your body hygiene, the physical structure, the things that we can see on your body, right? And of course your other things that you do with your body, you see. So all of that contributes to the physical reason. The second reason why you have body odor is the physiological reason. You see, the physiological reason talks about the system within you, the functioning of your sweat glands. Okay, sometimes some people have very active sweat glands. There's some specialized sweat glands that that they release sweat profusely, like what we call apocrine glands. You see, so when you have these glands that are too active, that are working too much, and you're producing sweat profusely in large quantity, then you can have body odor. And in another case can be if you take some diets that the diet tends to affect your sweat glands and they are producing some offensive odor. Okay, so that is coming from the functioning of your sweat glands. It's coming from what you're taking in your diet that is getting into your system and affecting your sweat glands. Okay, so it's essentially the odor is coming from the activity of your sweat glands, either from what you take. There's some drugs that when you take them, they make you have body odor. There's some drugs, there's some medicines, you see. So the physiological reason comes via the functioning of your sweat glands, you see. Whether it's gonna come profusely in large quantity, or it's gonna come in form of other chemicals in your food, in your body, in things that you take that affect the sweat glands and make them produce offensive odor, right? So that is what you need to understand about it. Now the third reason why you have body odor is the psychological reason. Now this is about your mind, about how you're thinking, about whether you're worried or you're anxious or you're afraid. So you've seen that people who have anxiety, people who worry a lot, sometimes they sweat a lot, because when you worry, you have anxiety, you have all these stress conditions, that you tend to secrete the catecholamines, you see, the stress hormones. When these stress hormones are released, so they cause sympathetic stimulation. So sympathetic stimulation can cause production of profuse sweat. Sweat can be produced in large quantity because of sympathetic stimulation, which comes from stress, okay, which comes from maybe overthinking or being worried, you see, being just troubled. So when you have all these conditions, that's what we have in people who are so afraid. When somebody gets afraid, you see the person can start sweating, you see, and when you start sweating, that's when you have more tendency to, accumulate this, sweat, and with the bacteria effect decomposition, tends to produce odor. Now, as a matter of fact, if you have a good body hygiene, you shouldn't experience so much the body odor. See, so that people who naturally produce a lot of sweat can actually find a way to make sure that even though they are producing a lot of sweat, it is not getting accumulated in those hidden areas like their armpit, like the pubic areas, usually on the armpit, because there's so much sweat glands in the armpit, a kind of specialized glands that we call apocrine glands. There's so much in the armpit, so that's why there's a lot of sweat from the armpit. Even before other parts of the body begin to produce sweat, the armpit will be the first to produce a lot of sweat. And then because of how it is, the structure of the armpit, that usually it is not exposed to fresh air, it's usually not exposed to to oxygen to breathe. So when people sweat, they tend to get it covered, and bacteria can easily act and decompose the sweat and then begin to produce that offensive odor, right? So people who naturally produce a lot of sweat can actually make sure they keep their body clean, they keep a good body hygiene, so that even though you sweat a lot, you're not allowing bacteria to act to decompose your sweat, which is going to produce the odor, you see, because what actually produces the odor is the bacteria effect, the bacteria decomposition on your sweat. So if you can make sure that you don't allow bacteria to act on your sweat, then you have higher tendency to prevent body odor, you see. Very important. So that's what I got to share with you in this video. I hope you enjoyed. So please make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.